Here are some tips that are going to help you look more soft and feminine. Watch the way that you speak to people. When you're speaking and interacting with people, you want to speak in a lot more softer tones. No cursing, not being extremely loud, and drawing a lot of attention to yourself. You don't want to give off too much aggressive energy, and not cursing especially is going to help you do that. Don't argue with people. And this doesn't mean just letting people walk all over you. You can still stand your ground and be assertive without having to go back and forth and argue with anybody. Now, this one is pretty self-explanatory, but literally be a nice person. Be respectful, be polite, be kind. Don't give off any mean girl negative.
Do you know those girls who are literally like spring in a person? Everything about them is so soft and pink and floral, and they radiate this really like soft feminine energy. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how to get that aesthetic. Let's start off with fashion essentials. So obviously you need lots of this like ditzy floral grandma print. Very Love Shack fancy vibes, but you can find this stuff everywhere. For a color palette, look for lots of pastels, whites, creams, pinks. I love baby yellow and I love baby blue. This fabric right here is called Broderie on Glaze, and this perfectly encapsulates this whole aesthetic. So this fabric in pants, in tops, in skirts, tiered mini skirts like this are essential, and lots of flowy silhouettes in maxi and mini dresses. I love hair flowers and claw clips for this aesthetic. Big straw market bags that you can totally use to and from the farmer's market. And of course, chunky knit sweaters and cardigans and linen pants are also essentials. When it comes to beauty, you want to give a very natural but very glowy, slightly shimmery sort of look. So I would opt for a very subtle shimmer eyeshadow and a creamy shimmer blush highlighter combo product. Lots of rosy pink tones to encapsulate the spring vibes. Lip balm instead of lipstick. We don't want anything matte on our faces. If you can, rose-scented skincare products will really help you step into this aesthetic. Fresh Beauty has the most stunning rose range. And of course, you want to be wearing a floral perfume to smell like spring. I love anything Marc Jacobs for this. You want to have beautiful, glossy hair that is as radiant as your energy. So make sure you're using a hair gloss in between washes to make your hair as shiny and glowy and glossy as possible. And of course, for activities that you can do to really step into this aesthetic, anything that's feminine and wholesome sort of vibes. I really think cute picnics, invest in a pink picnic rug, bike riding through parks and watching sunsets from your bike, picking up fresh flowers, baking, make cute little pink cupcakes and banana breads and gift them to the people in your life. Scrapbooking, making vision boards, journaling, painting, paint some pretty pink flowers. Of course, watching the sunset, being present in the moment. Thrifting homewares is such a cute one. Picking up little antique teacups and plates and starting a collection. Reading. I really want to read this book, and I feel like this book is giving this vibe 100%. Let me know which aesthetic I should cover next.
This is how you get out of your masculine energy and into your feminine princess soft girl era. And if you think it's not possible for you, I literally don't care. I used to be a tomboy and play basketball, tackle football, and now I just feel like a princess wifey. I just feel like life is so soft and feminine. Like, men do everything for me. My boyfriend gives me princess treatment all the time. This is completely transforming girls' lives and literally making them so feminine that men are just coming up to them, providing and giving them $100 bill in the middle of the street. What this is called is the Princess Treatment Formula Guide, and you can get instant access to it right now in my profile and follow along. The first step is to activate your feminine energy by feeling at peace, by feeling fully satisfied in life at this exact moment. Because from there, you can start feeling happiness, you can start feeling lightheartedness. You basically start feeling this like blanket of love surrounding you from the world. This is how you're going to easily allow a man to do the same thing that you're already feeling for yourself. Love, care, receiving energy. So when a man sees you in this energy, he automatically starts wanting to provide for you and take care of you and do the same thing that the world is technically already doing for you. Second thing that you want to do is let this energy flow in the way that you actually act. Why do princesses act so feminine and act so cute? It's because they feel like everything in the world is literally working in their favor. Like they're always looking up at the trees and always looking at birds and things like that because they feel the love and they feel like the world is literally taking care of them. So the Princess Treatment Formula Guide literally tells you exactly how to act and how to get to that point where you feel that way about the world and you feel in your feminine energy. And like it tells you how to instantly activate your feminine energy with an exercise wherever you are, whatever you're gonna do, like when you're about to go on a date. The third step is to speak in your feminine energy, changing your mindset from being like, oh my gosh, why would people do that for me, to understanding how men actually work. They actually want to take care of you. They want to please you. And if you know how to ask them for things in a way where you are being feminine and it literally like makes them feel more masculine and it literally boosts their ego to make you happy and to be a good man and to make his girl proud, he will literally do anything for you. So the formula gives you word for word scripts to get whatever you want, to get him to give you princess treatment, buy you flowers, open doors for you, pay for you, and scripts to make him please you. When I say this formula guide has literally everything that you've ever needed to become in your feminine era and literally get a man to want to retire you because you're just so sweet and he wants you by his side. I don't care how masculine you think you are, this literally works for everybody and it works instantly once you do the exercise. And all the girls who are getting instant access in my profile right now are also getting the 3.0 version for free.
Insecure women are very competitive with other women. I am not competitive because in my eyes there is no competition. I believe that every woman should feel that way about herself. And then that way we won't have the tits for tats and the, oh, she's wearing this and the, oh, why is she wearing that? We wouldn't have that if women were confident and secure and knowledgeable. And then I think that we wouldn't even be having this conversation because we would all understand that.
If you're one of those girls who think you're just the most beautiful girl in the world, you're absolutely correct. You could not be more accurate. If you're a girl and you think you know you're the most beautiful woman in the world, you're so right.
These are 5 things that I did to go from hyper masculine to stepping into my feminine. Things first is I eliminated hurry from my life. Where can I eliminate this feeling and this obligation to like rush and hurry? When it comes to feminine energy, the feminine doesn't rush. She takes her time. Honestly, I had to ask myself, like, what's the rush? Like, where are we going? Eliminating all things in my life that made me in a hurry, remind myself to actually enjoy the process, because that's the best part about living, is like getting into something and juicing all of the yummy deliciousness out of it. Because what's the point if you're just like in a hurry, stressed out, chaotic? Yeah, you get to where you want to go, but you're literally so tired because you rushed through it the whole entire time. Number 2 is cutting out anything that is draining your energy. And this can go multiple ways. Obviously, first and foremost is boundaries. So if you are someone who has a hard time saying no, we have to get into a better habit of doing this. But also asking yourself, like, what things are constantly draining you? What things in your life, like, do you finish and you're just like, that is a key indicator that that's probably not very aligned. Eliminating anything that drains your energy. We're saying no to it, we're removing it, or we're making adjustments in that area. So if you are in a friendship or a relationship or a job that does not light you up and it actually drains your energy, we need to reevaluate that. And number 3 is nurturing yourself. So this goes back to self-care. I was in such a huge rush at all times that I told myself that I don't have time for self-care. It's important to actually make a point to ask yourself and check in with yourself, what do I currently need? Now, a lot of times I am able to actually see like when my body needs like fruits and vegetables, and when it needs like leafy greens, when it needs like protein, or when it needs like higher fats. And those are things that like I was not able to actually get in tune with when I was constantly in a rush and I was putting my self-care on the back burner. And to actually get in tune with yourself and with your body to ask like what it actually needs, whether that's nutritionally, self-care, a walk, sunshine, friend time. Number 4 is probably my favorite, and that is creating a ritual out of quite literally as many things as possible in your life, because life is one big beautiful ritual if you can make it that. When we are just waking up and throwing ourselves into like the next thing, and again rushing, that's why I said that eliminating hurry out of your life is probably number 1 out of everything, because it allows you to do the rest. Make a beautiful ritual out of everything. So your morning routine, like find a really good book that like lights you up. Find like a fun little coffee cup that's like super cute, makes you feel fancy. Find like your favorite like creamers and coffees, and get an incense, get like a really bougie candle, you know, really spice up, like get yourself some flowers, you know, and sit next to them. The more you can expose yourself to beautiful rituals and beautiful things that this life has to bring, the more beautiful honestly you're gonna feel, and the more relaxed you're gonna feel as well. Last but not least is learning about the seasons. I know this may sound random, but once I actually learned about living with the seasons, I learned this through actually studying astrology, and this just really changed my life, honestly. Our bodies are similar. Our human DNA is similar to nature. Us as humans, just like trees, just like flowers, just like anything in nature, we run through the seasons. And because we are the way that we are, and we love to push our limits, we have trained our bodies and our mind to live in this constant state of summer 24/7, where we are full throttle energy, putting out all efforts, all energy to the max. This has literally gotten a lot of people into like burnout, where they're like, they need to tap out, they need to quit things, they need to leave their job, they need to do the most extreme things because they are burnt out. You have to remember that you are not a machine. Like, you're not a machine, and I don't know when or why we just decided to start operating in that manner, but you're not a machine. You are not meant to be going 24/7 full throttle. Literally surrendering to winter and actually resting, saying no to so many things, not going out, like actually like making sure that you're staying in and you're fueling your body. Listen to your body during this time and give it rest during the winter. You will find come spring, you're gonna be full of energy. Just like the flowers are blooming, just like nature is like growing, you will too. Those are my 5 tips for being more feminine. Or if you have any hacks that have helped you, I would love to hear what has helped you step into your feminine.
Get your phone, put it on video mode, and just talk as if you're on FaceTime to your friend about what happened today. So much wisdom comes from this. No one has better advice for you than you. So documenting it is like you becoming your own personal life coach. If you are 20 right now, or if you're a teenager and you are constantly putting this pressure on yourself to have everything figured out, please stop. You barely know yourself yet, let alone the entire world. 100% you can start young, but the process has to involve you trying out new things all of the time. Going on Google and just expecting to find the magic formula as to what I'm supposed to do with my life. It's not gonna work. You have to go out into the world and try a bunch of different things for yourself. So trust me, you have time. Problem is that you don't do anything. You sit around all day scrolling on social media complaining about the fact that you have no real interests or hobbies. Of course you don't, because you're not making any time to go out and try things or book classes or learn skills. When are you actually being intentional with your time to try and explore potential hobbies and interests? They're not gonna come to you. 100% I would not be where I am today if I was not born.
I like to think of myself as a very feminine woman, and I get told a lot that I'm a very feminine woman. So I feel like these are 3 basic things that you should always do if you're trying to be a feminine woman. Number one, you should always have your hair done. You should never be walking around like with a stick of head. Like, you should never be walking around with your hair looking crazy. I don't care if your hair is just pulled back in a slick bun. You should always have your hair done. And stop going outside with that bonnet on. I don't care what y'all say. Stop going outside with that bonnet on. Two, you need to invest in perfumes. I'm not talking about that Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works is for when you get out the shower at night, or maybe you're just walking around the house. You need to invest in perfume. And maybe you just want a signature scent, maybe you want multiple, that's up to you. But you need to invest in a scent, a good scent. Three, if you speak very aggressively, you need to work on that. Like, no feminine woman is speaking very aggressively. And I'm not saying you can't be upset sometimes, you can't speak assertively. I'm not saying that thing. I'm just saying don't speak aggressively. And I feel like keep curse words to a minimum. Bonus point, if all you listen to is NBA Youngboy, Gunna, all of that, girl, come on now. Come on. And you wonder why you so aggressive? Come on. And I'm not saying you can't listen to that anymore. I'm just saying, like, get some soft music. You know, soften up.
Say it.
I want to.
Okay.
I need you.
I'm sick.
I'm Sarah freaking Lynn. I'm gonna be sexy forever!